Good have Shabbos, everyone. Parsahs Noso in Chutz La'aretz, Parsahs Bahaloscha in Eretz Yisrael. We're again on different Parshas. The first Parsha, first Shabbos after Matan Torah. However, we all start together the cycle of Pirkei Avos again, like the Rebbe emphasizes in his talks, and we're also in the group Parshas together. Really, they're all one group of Bamidbar, Noso, and Bahaloscha. That at least the first part of Bahaloscha, they all go together in the setting of the Jewish people in the Midbar, before they really move from Midbar Sinai, in the setting up of the Mishkan and the dedication of the Mishkan and the Menorah and the counting of the Jewish people and the jobs given to the tribes of Levi, the division of the three sons of Levi. We learned about how they're divided into three groups of Gershon, Kahas, and Merari. So to put it all together, really, based on a vort of the Alter Rebbe, it's actually an amazing vort. We know that actually the final reading of Shabbos of the last day of Chanukah is we actually read the final from the eighth prince, dedication of the tabernacle of the Mishkan, all the way through till the end of the story of the menorah, which is the beginning of Parshas Bahaloscha. So it's really, we see clearly that it's one reading, they go into each other. So it's a good week to actually combine Eretz Yisrael and Chutz La'aretz, even though we're in different parshas. So in the Alter Rebbe in the Kutei Torah, he addresses the difference between the dedication of the Mishkan by the 12 tribes and the Nesiim, the princes of the 12 tribes, and the lighting of the menorah. That we know that when it comes to the differences between the 12 tribes, that there's the 12 tribes in Chassidus, as explained, that's already the separation of the Jewish people, how they're already in the world of creation, in the world of Bria, whereas in Misham Yipareh there's a separation, and there's different avodas. There's the avodah of Ruvain, the avodah of Shimon. Each tribe had its own entrance into the Beis HaMikdash. Each tribe represented a different way in avodas Hashem, and each tribe had their own. For many years, each tribe was almost its own little nation until the kingdom of Saul, of King Shaul and King David, and the house of King David. But until then, in the times of the Shoftim, the times of the judges, really the Jewish people were divided into 12 little princes or something like that. So we know there's the division of the way things are with the tribes. And in King Solomon's image, how he shows it is like the 12 bakar, the 12 cows that they have on top of it, the sea that is the receptacle of all godliness, but the way it comes down separately into 12 tribes. But in the menorah we also find division. The menorah has 7 parts of the menorah. But there's a difference between the division of the menorah and the division of the 12 tribes. The division of the 12 tribes is, like I said, different groups of people. You belong to this tribe, you belong to that tribe, and each tribe dedicated the way they served Hashem, they dedicated the Mishkan. The menorah is divided in character traits. Each part of the menorah represents a different one of the 7 midos: kindness, severity, beauty, perseverance, acknowledgement, connection, hisnasus, elevation. So we see it's a personality trait it's not so much about that you belong to a different group of people. And we also find that when we count the Jewish people, sometimes we divide them by the tribes. But when we talk about the way the Jewish people the Bnei Yisrael came to Eretz Mitzrayim and how they left Eretz Mitzrayim, we really talk about the 70 sons of Yaakov. We don't divide them by tribes. And we know that the 70 children that entered Eretz Mitzrayim are represented by the 10 times 7 of the menorah. And this all gets elevated by Aaron HaKohen. And the Alter Rebbe goes to explain that there's sometimes that we have divisions, that each person they belong to a different way. And that's what the Nesiim, the princes were able to dedicate the temple on a level that brought each person in their separation, so to say, to their place in service of Hashem. And that's why the Hashem tells Aaron HaKohen, when it comes to Parshas Bahaloscha, that yours is greater than them. Because there, the menorah was actually one solid foundation. It's miksha achas. It came from one solid piece of gold. And within the solid piece of gold, there was able to be the division of the different attributes, the different character traits. But we're very solid at our base. And Aaron HaKohen lifts the Jewish people. It comes to a place where it's not so much the differences where you belong from this tribe or that tribe, but it's really each one in our personality as we are as individuals, as each one of us are an extension of the 70 sons and 70 descendants of Yaakov, how we serve Hashem. And that's a higher level of unity, where it's not that we belong to a certain group, but we each find ourselves within ourselves. What is our avodas Hashem as we are connected at the bottom to the source? And the Alter Rebbe finishes off with a quick word. That's the difference between when the Kriyas Yamsuf, when we split the Red Sea, that the sea was split into 12 paths. And it says when Mashiach comes, which is a higher level of unity, it says that Yeshaya Navi says in his prophecy that he's God is going to divide the river into seven parts of the river is going to be divided into 7. And that's the difference between the end of Parshas Noso, that represents the division of the tribes, and the beginning of Parshas Bahaloscha, that we elevate to a higher level. That it's like the times of the Mashiach, that it's going to be, the river is going to be divided into the 7 parts of the menorah, which represents each one of our part as we are as a single unit of the menorah, that we bring our avodas Hashem to bring a dwelling place for Hashem here in this world. I want to wish everyone a good Shabbos. And this should be, we should go from Nasi to Bahaloscha with the BS Goel Tzedek with Mashiach Makarov Mamash. Good Shabbos.